How was your stream, HoloNet?
It was good.
It is live again? Okay.
Are you guys Wednesday nights?
Wednesday nights, yeah. Usually not this late, though.
We're trying to figure out what day we like, and it was Wednesday nights, but it still might be Wednesday nights.
We'll figure something out.
Johnny, do you want to get rid of that Bad Batch logo that you have there?
Yeah, so
on the stream.
I was late to the stream because talking about Wednesday nights, ours is so late because I was watching a special version of The Last Jedi. I was in like a Discord, a discussion server that someone had edited.
Version.
Someone has edited a fan edit with like the deleted scenes into it and like cleaned it up and made it like flow really well. It was really cool. Super long. It was like 2 hours and 40 minutes, but
an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah. They cut in B-roll, the Canto Bite of like they included the whole like not chase, but sneaking through the supremacy, like with DJ Finn and Rose, which is really fun.
Okay, yeah.
There's the third lesson where there's the
Rey running on the beach,
rave, which is like I love that scene. Seeing that,
that's good, yeah.
Where they're like
the dialogue's so good too.
And she spins the lightsaber a little bit. It's so funny with the rave. And then Luke mourning Han, and he cries, and they did it where like it cuts to Leia, and oh my god, it is so good. It was great. I had a good time. Elijah Neal in the chat.
All right.
Now this is
Marauders. I wish I could chat more, but I do have to run.
Oh man,
that's why we had doing this whole stream.
But hey, you guys can replace me, and my spirit will be with you guys.
Yeah, we're
in that Lula
essence transfer,
or maybe Rey and Kylo behind you. I don't know.
Okay.
One of them.
But goodbye.
Essence transfer yourself into the clone Lula body. You'll be good.
But yeah.
There he goes.
We're still going. Look, this is so special.
Wait, I forget what
creature
is that supposed to be? The Lula. What animal is that?
It's a Tooka cat.
Doll.
So the Tooka Dolls. She's having a drink. But no, like pretty
much. Are they from Lothal? What are those from?
Pretty much any animated show recently. There's been a Tooka doll somewhere. Like one of the little kids has one.
I believe they first appeared in season 1 of the Clone
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wrecker has one.
Wrecker has one because he's big.
So wait, it's not an actual like a puppet of a species that actually exists. It's just a toy.
It's like the Star Wars equivalent of a teddy bear.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Numa.
I just mean like it's not like a loth cat or whatever. You know, like you'd have like a stuffed loth cat.
I think it's similar, but
similar.
I don't know.
Yeah. So it's
kind
not
of like a teddy bear looks nothing like a bear usually.
You can.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because you can get plushies that like look like loth cats and have like the funny like little like legs and everything, but then like you can get the Tooka doll, which is like the teddy bear. Like, oh, this is a baby's toy.
The in-universe.
We missed Dylan too.
Oh yeah, that was so much fun.
Michael's Nation of Chaos.
Could you hear me being nervous the entire podcast? Because I hope that I wasn't.
No, it's not good.
Yeah. I saw Michael put like an Instagram thing saying or something about like he said it was awesome.
And I was like,
he said you guys do lots of lore.
Look,
lots of lore,
which I thought was so funny because like we talk like a good handful like about like lore like on our podcast, but like we're not like experts in any way, shape, or form, and like we don't like proclaim to be experts. Matt might claim to be an expert about something, but I'm not sure. I can't speak on behalf of him.
Yeah, Levi knows his stuff.
Getting Michael to come on the podcast was like literally like my like reach goal though, because like I've been watching his videos for years, like through Instagram and just through social media. Like I've always like shared them with AJ and whatnot, and I cannot believe it. Absolute inspiration. And now I pretty much like I'm like I can like just like message this guy now, and I'm just like, what? It's just like mind blowing. Just mind blowing because he was the sweetest dude and he was so nice. The conversation was literally like we had talked like for years as friends, but no, it was like the first time we talked to him, and it was perfect.
Johnny, apparently you're muted. Johnson, you're muted.
No, he's not.
I wasn't.
On the stream.
Oh man.
Bieber Gascon.
Bieber Meebs. Meebs. Can you go Meebs?
Levi, how do you feel about or do you buy into the Rey
Hello?
rumors
There we go.
today?
Now
Do you
you
bleed?
guys can hear me
You
now.
will. Sorry, I don't know why that made me think of that line.
Thank you guys for telling me.
From BVS. The Ray rumors today. I've been rather busy today, but I believe it's just that Daisy Ridley's returning, right, to Star Wars.
Yeah,
Where did
that come
from?
reportedly.
Where did that come from?
It was from
Twitter.
Twitter.
Ah,
I don't know. I don't know the source, but I'm running with. I'm running with it.
In my heart of hearts, I believe that Daisy Ridley will return to Star Wars. So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
I don't
Yeah.
think I need a rumor to like. I think at some point she'll return because of
It's just fun to.
that
It's
money.
fun people are talking
but
about it.
that mad money, that Star Wars money.
Get out of here,
Yeah.
Dylan.
What?
He's
Why'd you
I'm
come back to
excited.
Star Wars? I got paid. Yeah, the classic
Yeah,
Harrison Ford.
Ford.
Yeah.
They paid me.
Yep. Yep.
Harrison Ford is. People always like make a stir about the actors when like Harrison Ford he made hating Star Wars cool before it was cool. He was like, just kill me. I want to be.
I can't wait for what Indiana Jones
Skywalker,
5,
coming, buddy.
Yeah,
whatever we're on now. I can't wait for
Yes,
the
the
press
fifth.
tour for that.
the 5th.
No.
I probably have a special place. I have a special place in my heart for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh my God, so do we, and so does Matt.
It's the only one
every
I saw in
time-
theaters.
That's
Well, yeah,
that's same
true.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Well,
a
whatever.
wacky movie. It's a wacky
Irina
movie.
Spalko is a queen.
Mm.
Kate Blanchett.
Great
Irina
movie.
Spalko. She's got this ridiculous haircut. and
Oh
she's
yeah,
got a
we said
sword.
she could be Governor Price.
Yeah, she looks like Governor
Ooh.
Price in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
Kate
does.
Blanchett should be Governor Price in the
Yeah.
what were we saying? Kenobi? Is that what we were saying she should show up
I was
in?
saying Satine actually earlier. I think she kind of could pull off a
Kate
Satine
Blanchett
role.
as 18. I
Yeah.
think that would
Hey,
be
that works.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That would
for
be
sure.
cool.
Oh, actually,
Cool.
yeah.
Kate
but you
Blanchett is
guys-
anything in Star Wars? Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, oh
Yes,
yeah.
please.
I guess for
She's
the,
such
Absolutely.
a strong actress.
yeah,
like,
she's
oh.
fantastic. Yeah.
I think easily though, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull has the grossest scene of all time, which is the ants, the fire ants
the ants.
crawling into that.
As
Or
soon
as
as
an,
you brought it
an
up,
adult
yeah.
Omega in the Ahsoka
Omega.
story.
Omega.
Where do you think Omega lives?
Yeah.
Omegle.
I think Omega. Do you think? Yeah, does Omega make it through to past the
Yeah.
OT era?
I
Yeah,
feel like they're setting her
think
up to
so.
be like a long term, like
Long
we're gonna
play.
have her for
I can
like
see
in the
that,
same
yeah.
way Ahsoka got introduced and now she's like
Yeah, I agree, Elijah.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
so many, yeah. We'll see what happens, but I think they've
What in
blatantly
the
set her
dog,
up to
yeah.
be like maybe force sensitive, and it seems like they're pushing that.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
we got people in the chat talking about Indiana Jones. Put in the chat your favorite indie movie. Mine is Last Crusade, easily.
Same.
Sean Connery is
Sean Connery is
funny.
amazing.
That's such a fun movie.
Yeah.
Love it.
concoction of sleep.
Raiders of the Lost Ark is
It's
definitely
so
up
good.
there. But
I
did,
think
have
the
you seen
Raiders.
the
The
C-3PO R2D2 Easter egg in Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Mhm.
Yep. On the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hieroglyphic, Yep.
Love
Have
that.
you seen the Raiders of the Lost Ark Easter egg in the finale of, or not finale, but the Ryloth arc of Clone Wars, where Wat Tambor's loading up the Ark of the Covenant on his ship,
Yep.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
but it's Twi'leks on it instead of humans. But yeah,
Yep.
it's the Ark of the
I
Covenant.
love
that's
it.
good.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
That's another argument right there. Is it Twi'lek or Twi'lek? Because you actually hear people say both.
Is it Han or Han? Is it Falcon or
Yeah.
Vulcan? I don't know. It's both.
Yeah.
Well, Han himself says that it's Han, so I'm going with that.
Yeah.
But
Okay, yes,
nobody
but, like,
actually is
people
like,
say
"Hey,
Han.
it's Twi'lek, not Twi'lek." And I think George Lucas intended it to be Twi'lek. Like you don't even say Twi or Twi, you just say
I don't think
Twi'lek.
George Lucas cares.
Yeah, I don't
Really.
think
I imagine if it's like TWLIK.
I don't think he
or
ever
Twi'lek.
He
cared.
doesn't know. He does not care about
Yeah.
Canada.
Oh, they got a tails.
Yeah,
on
he
their
just
heads,
wants to
It's
just-
kind of cool.
As long as they're wearing some skimpy clothing, then that's all George
Yeah,
Lucas
like,
wants.
Yeah.
Um,
Cut
Speaking of which, I'm glad they redesigned Sue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Cut
definitely
LaQuinn.
Yeah.
they
That was a-
toned
that was a
down
much needed,
the
redesign.
Baba Boom a little bit.
Love
but
that, just-
when you look up Cut LaQuaine, the first fill-in result is Cut LaQuaine.
LaQuane's wife.
That's so funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
she's showing some skin in season 2.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's every Twi'lek though. It's Ayla Secura, her too. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like as a Jedi,
Right.
how'd they allow that?
it's like
That
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
wear some armor.
Hmm.
Some armor.
Yeah,
What
it's
did you, Jamie? AJ,
Talon's the
and
worst.
Mike,
Yeah,
what did
Talon
you guys
is
think
the
of
worst.
because Ewan McGregor went on Jimmy Kimmel and kind of talked about Kenobi a little bit. So there is a scene that he mentioned on May 4th that he filmed with someone that he's never had a scene with before. He's never done anything with before, but apparently has close ties to Kenobi.
I have
So
some theories.
Who do we think that is? Dylan and I were talking about it earlier when it was just.
Oh,
and
before they
I,
answer, let me cut in
Yeah,
because
okay.
I feel like it's kind of misleading. It's not someone related to Kenobi. It's someone
Yeah.
like personal to Ewan. It has nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like there was no
Oh,
context to
okay.
the show. It was someone who has
I
personal
misunderstood.
connection to.
Does he
Ewan.
have
Okay.
Okay.
kids?
But
He must
it-
have.
But he said also said that it's not
Oh.
someone related to him directly.
It could just be someone he's worked with
Yeah,
before.
that's
I think
true.
it's
I
his
would
best
assume,
friend.
right?
It's his motorcycle man. They go on the motorcycle rides together. I bet he's just like a
Oh,
cameo.
that's what you think. I thought it was okay.
I mean,
Mhm.
that's my theory. Is that it's just like because that he does. The man's name is eluding me, but Ewan
I know
McGregor
you're
has done
talking about.
3 series now where he rides a motorcycle across vast
Those
distances with
those yeah
with
those shows
another
from-
guy, his
that's
best
where
friend,
That's
and I
where Otter
imagine
thing comes from, right? The
yeah, and I
otter-
imagine they just
the
have that
quip.
guy in as a cameo.
Sea otters, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Little
it's
bit
my
so.
friend. It's my best friend, and I got
Yeah.
to do a scene with him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it
I
wouldn't
mean,
make
like-
sense. So it's not a relative. It's not a relative of Ewan's, right?
I thought
I
it was I thought it was something to do with Obi-Wan, so I guess I
For the
misunderstood.
chat. Talking about Temple of Doom. Fun fact: Kathleen Kennedy is one of the dancers
Yep.
in the beginning of Temple of Doom.
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Fun fact.
That's
Yeah.
great.
I'm not a big Temple of Doom fan. I like the beginning,
it's a
but
horrible movie. Yeah.
what's
Oh,
Matt
it's not
from our-
horrible, come on.
I wouldn't say it's horrible, but I
horrible.
just of
No.
the indies, it's my least favorite.
Do you know what's
Um,
weird? That movie's a prequel. Why?
Yeah.
I always forget.
Yeah, it starts and it's before the first one. Isn't that weird?
It's
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
prequel. It takes place in 1932, and the first one is the 30.
39, I
30
think.
Mhm.
Or
No,
37.
no, because the last one, Crusade, is 37 or 38. Because I know
never
it.
know that.
And then the
It's,
first
they,
one's
like,
like
really
they
38.
under
barely
the
tell
radar
you.
with the
It just shows the
subtitles.
year.
There's
Yeah.
literally a subtitle
Yeah,
right in the
it
beginning,
opens,
and it's
yeah.
just like, whoop, here it is.
Yeah, I used to be big into
Because
those
the whole
movies.
point, like the whole thing,
No,
the whole
yeah.
time period is it's interwar, and it's like the Nazis are around, but the war hasn't started.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what they were playing with in terms of time frame. But yeah, it's weirdly a prequel. It's like, huh? I didn't know that till a couple years ago, but it's like, why?
Mm.
I didn't even, yeah,
I think
no,
I think the scenes in Temple of Doom where Kate Capshaw is like putting her hand in the bugs and you hear all the like
Ugh,
the
Ugh.
crunch. It's in her hair. I think I saw that as a
Yeah.
kid. And it just like
turns me
turned
off.
me off, and I was like,
Golly,
I
ma.
hate this movie. Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the kid from Goonies, right? He's kind
Yeah,
of like
short
Yeah.
round.
Short round, yeah.
Short round's great.
Actual
Yeah.
short round. Mm.
He's better in Goonies, but yeah, I
Love
love
it.
Goonies. Hey, you guys. Yeah, Goonies is great. Goonies is great.
Yeah.
And the ship at the end. Yeah. Continue about Star Wars though. You're talking about
Yeah,
Kenobi.
Star
What
Wars,
this
Kenobi.
Jimmy Kimmel-
Right. I don't know.
I'm
who
not
it could
looking
be,
into
who is
it,
related
really.
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
That's fair.
Yeah.
I knew there was a press conference, but honestly, I didn't even like look into like what was the conversation was that he had on Kimmel, because I don't really like Kimmel that much to like, watch his like content, even though I like Ewan.
He always seems to get
Um,
the Star Wars. Well, it's ABC.
Yeah,
Well, it's
so it's
right,
all
so the
Disney.
partnership is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I think that it'll probably be the guy that he's been doing the motorcycle traveling with,
That
or
makes sense.
or just someone else that he's worked with in the past that he just likes. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't see why we need to jump to conclusions. Just no need.
Yeah.
We need the Kenobi information.
I know. I need
It's
more- I
actually
need
it's
more of
Dexter
it.
Jetster again. It's the
Yeah.
guy.
There you go.
Yes.
That would be
Slide.
dope.
That's it.
I would actually.
That's the one.
It's
That'd be dope.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
A very
It's-
special
it's-
scene with someone.
Yeah, that'd
It
be
was
great.
Ewan and then a guy in a pair of jeans doing the voice. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. Just like perfect.
Do we
Just
know
like
what
all
happened?
times.
Do we know what happened to Dexter after Order 66 at all? Do you know what happened?
It's ineffective.
After Order 66, as if like the clones
No,
part
I know,
of the
but
directive
like,
is like,
what?
all the Jedi dead. Also,
if there was
Dexter
anything-
Jetster.
Yeah,
Hit
that's
number
true.
one. They're coming after him.
Did they ever like specify how Obi-Wan and Dexter like knew each other from the past? They just don't
No.
know.
Guys down here, they got a great theory about that. The HoloNet Marauders.
What was our theory?
Oh yeah. Well, that
He's
Uh,
a
Qui-Gon was a regular
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
diner,
Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
and that
yeah.
they met that way.
Yeah,
Well,
it's quite-
it seems like though, because he points out is it a Camino saber dart? What does he call?
Yep.
Yeah.
One of them
Yeah.
Obi-Wan
cloners.
specifically goes to like find out
Damn
about
good
that
ones.
saber dart. So it's like he has to have like a military background
He
or
was
some kind of like
prospecting on Sub
Yeah,
Tyrell.
on Sub
Yeah.
Tyrell, out past the Rishi maze.
prospecting in what capacity though?
I love
Depends on
how
how big
he
your
literally tells Obi-Wan
pocketbook
exactly where to go, and Obi-Wan doesn't just do it. He has to like double check. It's just like he doesn't trust Dex enough to just go. Like, but Dex literally
I
says, "Oh
see you,
yeah,
Mitch.
this is
I
exactly
refuse."
where it is." But Obi-Wan's like, "Okay, but well, hang on, I gotta wait."
We were talking about this. I was talking about this the other day. And in that scene, and then even further, this is in the connection where he goes to find Kamino, and Yoda makes fun of him. He's like, lost the planet, Master Obi-Wan has. That kid in that scene is named Liam. How weird is that?
Yeah.
His name is
Named,
Liam.
named after Liam Neeson.
It's just Liam. He's
Oh,
like, Liam,
Named after
get the
Liam Neeson.
shades. It's like, there's just a kid named Liam.
Yeah.
that's funny.
And the
It's
kid's
like,
just like, meh.
All right.
I
But
feel
yeah,
like occasionally in Star Wars, it's like they do have regular names, like Jesse, for instance. I always thought that was weird how they'll have those like coded clone names, but then there'll be like, "Hey, I'm Jesse." Oh, that's
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that seems
Yep.
very Earth-like and just not. But then again, Ben Kenobi, that's a pretty
well,
normal.
Ben
name.
is super
Luke,
him, right? Ben is
Luke
way out there
is-
because he's Obi-Wan. He's like, I'm going to use my hidden name. Ben. No one
Ben.
will know.
It's Ben. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Flying under the radar.
Hmm.
Dex needs a belt. Lol. Yeah, Dex does need a
Dex
belt.
does need, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Overall, or
But I really like
suspenders.
yeah,
Yeah.
I really like that idea that Qui-Gon, because Qui-Gon is who he was just out on missions and like he would go to that diner, or even if it's before
Yeah,
when Dex was
that'd
like
be
out
great.
doing
That's a
something.
great
It seems
idea.
like someone Qui-Gon would interact with, and Obi-Wan was probably there just like,
Did anybody
God
read
damn it, dude, get me outta here.
Master and Apprentice? I didn't read that book.
yes,
You
I
did?
have.
Oh, and
Wonderful.
they
Really
don't-
good book.
They don't mention Dex in that book.
No.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay.
No.
They
Dex's
That's a
Diner,
really good
um,
adventure, though.
Dex's
Queen's-
diner is mentioned in the
Queen's
High
Peril?
Republic.
Oh,
is
really?
it?
It is, yeah, it's around.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's not owning it. He's not around.
Yeah,
Or
it's
it's not
just the
mentioned,
diner.
That's
but the diner is
Padme
mentioned.
book, right? Queen's Peril. Yeah.
Wait, you mean like Dex is supposed to be alive like
Hang
hundreds
on.
of years?
There's
He's-
two separate conversations going on here. So it's mentioned in the High Republic, the diner is, but Dex
diner,
doesn't
Dex
own
is
it yet,
not-
but the
yeah,
diner is.
Diner
Okay.
itself is mentioned.
Okay. And then,
and it's also in the one of the Padme books they mentioned.
right, with Dex, because it's during the right time period.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
See, my
Now we
head
gotta
canon
know.
is that like Dex was like a badass bounty hunter, or like fighter, prospect, and whatever. He was out doing his thing, and then he and Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan do like one last mission or something together, like where they meet. And he's like, I'm retiring. I'm gonna go own a diner and just like hang out and like let myself
Yeah.
go. But like in the past, he was like, he was like Pong Krell. He was
Yeah.
like ripped, like
That
a
would be
Dex.
beast. Like that would be
That's
great.
like Rio and Solo. He's like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go buy
Yeah.
open up a cantina. Yeah,
Exactly.
there you go.
Like I think Dex is the end of the Rio arc,
Tragic,
but if he
tragic death.
survived,
Oh,
I like
Wow.
that.
he seems like a guy who's seen a lot.
Yeah.
He's-
No,
he seems like a guy he's not afraid of anything.
I
He's
Yeah.
talking about Django. He's holding like this poison
Yeah.
dart that
Yeah,
Django
he
Fett
knows some
fired.
stuff.
He's like,
He knows some stuff.
yeah.
He's been around.
Obi-Wan knows enough to go there for
Right,
information
that's
over
Yeah.
over the Jedi
over the
Council.
Jedi, yeah.
So
He's been
Well,
around.
to be fair, there is that deleted scene where Obi-Wan looks through the computer.
Yeah.
He's
like,
With the
the-
droids, yeah.
the droids,
and the
is like,
droids are just like,
screw you.
sorry.
Yeah. Don't know.
And
Well,
he's like, well,
he does go to the
Only
the
symbols.
archives and
You don't wanna know
Oh
what's
no,
on
that's
the
when
Mandalorian.
he's trying to find Camino, I guess. So that's a little.
That's
different.
later on.
Yeah. Later on.
After
if
De-
it's not in the
Dex tells him-
archives, it doesn't
Yeah, it
exist.
doesn't exist. Yeah, and she literally
Jocasta
does
knew.
that.
Real. I
Alright,
love
Jocasta
Jocasta.
knew.
Yeah, she's a little much in that scene.
Yeah. And Clone Wars, she's great and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So yeah, so there's that, and then there's the Andor photos,
yeah.
which I don't know if you guys have been
Did you
keeping
guys?
up
Yeah,
with,
did
but
you
there's
guys
been
see
a
it yet?
flurry.
There's been so
of
many,
photos.
but-
There's
No,
been
there's
so
been-
many.
That
Like,
one
literally,
of like the postcard rack was very like. Do you see that
Yeah.
postcard rack?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that one.
And someone was like, "That looks like something that should just be at Galaxy's Edge, like a postcard rack." That's
Wait.
there are
So, like,
literally.
he
hundreds.
must be in like a vacation spot, right?
Oh, the beach thing. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When somebody
so
would be
many.
selling postcards,
Yeah.
which is another very like earthy kind of thing. But then again,
Hmm.
Yeah. No.
Star
the-
Wars
Imagine
universe.
sending a postcard planet to planet. Like,
Yeah.
is there a postal service between like Coruscant
yeah,
and like I don't know, like Tatooine, for
I
example?
think
Yeah.
it's
like
mentioned.
like that's a story I'd like.
Someone who's just like works
Yeah.
in the postal service.
Yeah, like
is there like an intergalactic mailman
Yeah,
or like
Yeah,
I'm looking-
interstellar
I'm looking
mailman?
at
Yeah,
these pictures again. It must be some.
That'll
kind
be
of,
in
it must be
Visions.
some kind of market or something.
Mm.
Some kind of beach market. I'm just looking at all. Yeah, there's like all these like little pop up
Yeah, so
shop things.
For those in the chat who don't know, Andor is filming largely on location, and
Yeah.
they've been filming and continue to extend filming because it's 12 episodes of, we assume, 30-minute to an hour-long script. So that's a lot of footage. But they're
Yeah.
filming on location in England, and you can just
If
walk
they
up
were
to these
12
sets
hour-long episodes, that'd be crazy.
essentially and take photos.
Crazy.
So there are like hundreds of photos right now coming out
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
these sets.
and they're not using the volume at all, right? This is all
I don't think
On
at all
location.
from not
At
the way they
all,
sold it.
yeah. Well, because
Yeah.
I mean-
they're doing Boba in the volume, the Mando season 3 in the volume, and partly
I don't,
Kenobi in the
yeah,
volume.
I don't think they have enough volumes
Yeah.
to do. I think
Maybe they'll
Andor is-
It's
eventually
crazy
do like
they're-
some
They made a
scenes in
couple
it.
more, but yes.
Yeah, they built a new one in England, didn't they? I thought.
They
Yeah.
did. I don't think it's done yet. There's one in England and Australia.
okay.
I'm
Oh,
not
it's
sure
not
if it's
done
done.
yet. Okay.
Well, it might be the big one, but regardless, when they showed us the reel, this is public at the investor call, it was like, look, we're building sets, and they showed Phil Tippett or whatever, not Phil Tippett, I can't remember, Neil Scanlon. Phil Tippett's from the original trilogy. Neil Scanlon, like, here's the creature shop. We got like 1,000 creatures, and look at this set, and like we're building all this stuff.
Yeah.
And the way they sold Andor was, if Rogue One was a TV show, and so I
It would
think
look like, yeah.
I think that
They probably want it to have that look.
it
Yeah.
has the
And that's
Rogue
why they
One-
put
That
shore troopers
authentic-
in.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited to see shore troopers again. They're
I love
awesome.
the shore troopers.
I do too. One of the
They've always
coolest-
been one of my favorite
trooper
short
designs.
stormtrooper variants.
Yeah.
Them and then the mud troopers.
Mhm.
And then
Mud
the
Troopers.
Sith troopers.
For
are
me,
great.
it's Mud Trooper.
Yeah.
There's something
I
about the
love
Mimban
that.
Mud Trooper.
Is the did you see Mud Troopers before Solo, or was that the first time we
That was
saw
the
them?
first time.
right?
And then
First time.
same with
Well,
Sword Troopers was Rogue One, right? The first
So-
time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Mike, for at least when I say Mud Trooper, I should have been clear. I meant the Mimban Stormtrooper. The Mud Trooper is like, like Veers and the
Yes.
AT-AT drivers. in
Yes.
OT.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a lot of those parts on the Mud Trooper are just reused,
Yeah, the
and they
black-
sort of have
yeah,
a gas
yeah.
mask on.
Okay.
But it is reused parts. But the Mimban Stormtrooper,
Jamie's got it.
is
Jamie's got it.
like this
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's got the thick forehead. I love it.
These were ready to go.
Jamie's got it. Here.
I got all the stormtroopers just like over there. So yeah, the Mimban stormtrooper. So this is the vintage collection, but yeah, the bigger head.
Yeah.
And Weather Doll. Heck, they have capes.
Of capes.
And then the Mud Trooper, which is my personal favorite. This is technically Han Solo in the Mud Trooper, but it pops off and like the mask comes off and everything. And
Hey.
Nice. So wait, what's the variant that Bill Burr and Din Djarin were wearing in Episode 7 of season
So,
2?
that's a funny one. So it's a combination of this armor, this chest armor,
Tank driver.
and the gear.
Yeah.
But the helmet is
The
the
tank driver, right?
tank driver
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Rogue One.
Yeah. Rogue One.
Yeah, so it's like a little bit more like out. It kind of looks like a Death Trooper helmet with the way it pulls out, but different eyes. But yeah, it's a combination of Rogue One and Solo Troopers, but it's in the green.
What were those troopers?
Which is really
called? I
cool.
don't even remember.
Yeah, were they just tank troopers then,
Tank,
or
yeah, tank trooper,
Oh, just the variant?
tank driver, something like
Yeah,
that.
it is. Yeah, that's the helmet. Yep.
Yeah, so that's the helmet,
Yep.
but with the green armor and no
Yep.
cape.
That's right.
Literally the exact same like body parts, but then the different like helmet
Sideshow
parts
made
for
our
that.
Toys for that, by the way. I don't think about it. Yeah. Very cool. I dig it. I dig it.
I don't know if anyone has said it, but yeah, a lot of the shows and new content is just kit bashing other troopers to make new
Right.
troopers,
Right.
which is kind of fun.
Yeah,
The
it's
most
cool.
the most cursed one of the I think the most cursed trooper of the new era of Star Wars is definitely, it's a close race. It's either the patrol trooper from Solo, which appears in like one frame,
Yeah.
and I think
Yeah.
it looks really weird, or the AT-ACT driver, which also appears in like one frame in Rogue One. Those are the two like super out there variants that both have action figures, but are in like nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the AT-ACT is like the version of the AT-AT on Scarif that has like the orange in the center, and that's why
Oh,
there's like
yeah,
shots
yeah.
of like one of them like this thing in the middle missing because they're like for transport. They're not for combat.
Yeah.
They're actually not AT-ATs on Scarif, but
Mhm.
there is one shot of inside like the cockpit, and there
Oh yeah.
are
Yeah.
like drivers in there who look like shore troopers but are also like kind of different. And so
Mhm.
that's that driver.
Yeah.
That was a Toys R Us exclusive.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
think.
I remember that.
Yep.
So there you
Toys
go.
R Us, dude. I want. I've heard it's coming back, but at the same
I'm
time,
a
it's
big
not,
trooper
but
guy.
it's kind of weird.
Somehow,
One day.
Toys R Us has
Has
returned.
returned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark Science, loans, secrets only, Wall Street new. Toys R Us coming back.
I
the
yeah.
Dead
I
Speak, that's a
hope-
great shirt.
One day. But
Yeah, the patrol trooper, super weird looking.
Very
Super
weird.
How crazy is it that they're making or they're filming 3 Star Wars things right now at the same time, right?
Four.
Four are filming right
Boba
now.
Fett, Mando,
Boba
Kenobi
Fett,
and
Mando,
Andor.
Kenobi, and Andor.
So wait,
Ah.
Andor is not in post production. It's still
No,
they're
it's
still.
Oh, yeah,
filming.
they're
That's why
still
all these
filming.
Pictures are coming out.
Jeez,
Yeah.
man, that it is
Yeah.
definitely
That'll
like
come
the
out-
Black Widow of the Star Wars universe right now.
That'll probably probably be
that was
like
announced a
May the
while
4th
ago,
next
so-
year. If I had to guess, like release date wise, they'll probably like hype it
Andor?
up like this like winter. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
next year. Oh, yeah,
Before
yeah, yeah,
Rebels.
yes.
What do you
Right,
guys think
right.
about the Diego Luna age situation in terms of him? Like, if this is supposed to be like 5 years before Rogue
I don't
One, but
know.
we're also 5 years
I
after.
look
I don't
to
think it's gonna be too
One.
noticeable.
Mike, you remember
10
Mike,
year
you remember
difference.
you remember Mike, do you remember in WandaVision in the like the I think it's the 8th episode, the flashback with Agatha where she's
7.
being like burned
Yeah.
at the stake,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it looks
No,
just like her name's Han. I can't believe I'm forgetting her last name. It's not
Catherine.
Catherine Hahn.
Catherine
Catherine
Hahn.
Hahn. Yeah.
But there's de-aging used in that scene, and it just looks like a younger version of dude. Yeah, pull it up. It looks.
But
it is.
they-
And the
She's
witch
supposed to
scene.
be like
The
a
Salem-
witch
the
though,
Salem-
and
the
like
Salem-
not really.
No. I straight up. There is de-aging used in that scene, and she is like 10
Oh.
years younger, and it's
Yep.
totally imperceivable. You just don't even think about it.
I don't
When you put the
Yeah.
two next to
I
each
don't think
other,
they'll do that for Andor though. Do you?
I'm just saying like they have the ability
Yeah.
now.
Right.
just
It's
like-
not like one scene, like he's the main character. I just mean like if he's 5 years older in Andor than he is in Rogue One, he'd have to be like 20 years old in Andor because he's probably like 25, 26 in Rogue One, I would say.
Mm.
I think he's in his 30s in Rogue One.
You know,
Yeah.
no, you think so? Because I think Jin is supposed to be like
Well, Jin's
same,
age.
a little bit younger, but like maybe like
They have-
20-ish, right?
No, Jin would be. Jin is born. She'd be like 19. She'd be like 20.
20, right? So I
She'd
thought.
be like 20 or 21.
Okay.
No.
So wait,
No. She'd be
do
20,
we-
like 22.
Do they specify ever when the Death Star first began?
Yes.
We know that it's during the Clone Wars era,
It's
right?
during
Or-
the Clone Wars.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jin was 21.
So
22,
Oh,
yeah,
21,
21.
okay.
so Galen Erso is he supposed to be? I didn't read what's it called?
Cassian,
Catalyst.
Yeah,
Cat-
Catalyst.
Cassian should
26.
be 26.
I was right. Okay, so he's got to be 21 then in Andor at the
Right.
most. And I'm just saying, like Diego Luna, like he looks youngish. He's already
Gosh,
kind
I
of.
didn't even think about that. Star Wars and ages is always so.
But like
whack.
those like set photos that leaked of him like
was
on the
what,
beach in
18 when
his
he was Darth
like.
Vader?
He looked like
doesn't look
youngerish.
Right? Am I wrong about that?
Who?
Anakin?
Anakin was 22.
22.
Darth Vader.
22. He was 18 in
19. He was 19 in
in
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
The ripe old age of 19.
I knew that.
And Luke and Leia are both supposed to be
I
18
swear I
in
knew
New
that. I
Hope,
swear.
right?
19.
19 in New Hope.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that in the
And Rey is 19 in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's like
Mhm.
19.
They're always the same age. And
They're
Ben
always-
Solo was
Ben's
20.
30.
Well,
No,
Yeah,
he's
he's
when
supposed
he
to be
turns, he's
29.
26 or 27. But
29.
in the movies, yeah.
29.
Yeah,
okay.
10 years older than Rey. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
weird.
Yeah.
Ages are always weird
Eight-
in Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Ages are
It's
always-
none of them I ever line up because Mike, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're totally right. He would be going to be like 21, and Diego Luna does not look like he's.
Yeah, well, no, but that's the
No.
thing. It's like depending on if they are using de-aging or not. Like if it is because that technology has, like I mentioned earlier about how,
Tron Legacy. Yeah.
yeah, Tron Legacy was weird back then, but that was like their first attempt at really doing
Jamie,
it.
And
AJ,
my-
do you like Tron Legacy?
And then Tarkin was
Yes.
Ooh, I
I
haven't
Tron
seen
Legacy.
it. Jamie
love
loves it.
Tron Legacy.
I love it.
Tron
Like-
Legacy crew.
Yes,
Tron Legacy crew.
Yes,
I'll
dude.
watch it one of these days.
Yeah,
I've
I've
rewatched
been-
it
we should do
so
a
many
watch
times,
party
too.
sometime.
Who's your
That'd be
favorite
cool.
character in Tron Legacy?
Ooh, there's a lot of
I
good
mean-
characters.
Mine's easy.
Probably Cora, but
That's fair.
close second,
She's dope.
Rinsler.
I'm a caster man. I'm a
So-
caster.
Sure, yeah, no, that's a great part. I love that.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen.
He's yeah, he's
Mm.
fantastic.
Kills it.
Fantastic. in
Kills
that
it.
role. Yeah.
The game has changed, son of.
You know
I
what?
haven't-
Actually, no. Wait, I
Oh.
take it all back. My favorite characters are Daft Punk.
Ah, there you go. That's
Yeah.
the only answer.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but they're
So
the
good.
music, the soundtrack to that.
The soundtrack scene, and when
It's
he's like
amazing.
screaming, he's like, "Behold, the son of our maker!" Oh, it's so good. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All like the religious, like it's like imagery, and in that in the end of Line Club,
Mm-hmm.
is so good.
I'll
And,
be
like,
honest, I haven't
the
seen
layers.
it in years. Like
Neither have
probably
I.
as long as AJ and I have been together. I know he definitely hasn't seen it, and I haven't seen it since.
Let's watch it
I think
tonight.
you- I think
Before
you
that-
love it, AJ. Yeah.
There was
No,
that whole
really.
thing with like
watch
how
it tonight.
I have it
Cillian
on
Murphy.
DVD, and I've
Oh,
had it for that
okay.
long.
All right,
Well,
you come prepared,
so-
all right. It's on Disney
Cillian
Plus,
Murphy's
Disney Plus,
character
right?
in that movie is like he's in that movie for like 3 minutes.
yeah, you're like throwing like the actors' names around, and I'm like, holy smokes, this many people
Yeah, I
were in
forgot
that
there was
movie.
a
Like,
lot.
yes,
I
I
forgot.
But
remember.
I
it.
took that as like, oh, Cillian Murphy is like the bad guy in the next movie. Like he'll be the
Ah.
but
Yeah. I,
No.
I
Oh.
still
Well,
Well,
the
waiting
thing
for a
is though,
sequel,
his
still waiting.
character. So his character, I'm sure you're familiar with the original.
he's the son of the
Yeah,
original.
He's the son
yeah.
of the
Right.
original villain. So
David,
maybe-
what's his name?
So maybe he would have been the villain.
Mm.
What's that
But-
actor's name? The English guy that played the original Tron bad guy. David.
I know who you're talking about. But
Yeah.
But no. Just in that scene, like you're watching like a program
How's Chad
pray
doing?
Oh, it's so cool. And like Sam Flynn's like Jesus, but then God walks in, and then these programs, which are digital things, are like they've developed a religion. And I'm like, oh, this is so cool. It's so conceptual. It's deep. And the fact that the club is called End of Line, like the end of a line of code. And it's so, and like the way that the city is visualized, because there can only be so much space on like a hard drive, and so like having it at the end, it's just such a cool.
Yeah.
Everything about it is like
the whole idea of an isomorphic
amazing.
algorithm in general is also cool. Like just
Yeah.
beings arising out of algorithms, and like it reminds me a little bit of like Ghost in the Shell in terms of
Yes.
just like entities arising out of like just digital soup, basically.
so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Biodigital jazz.
Jazz, yeah. The whole scene where he like pulls the little butterflies out,
Yeah.
like he pulls the like damaged code out and it like flies away.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's beyond me.
God,
Like,
I'm gonna
even though
go-
he
Oh
created
my god, I
it.
want to watch the movie
Yeah.
so badly right now.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go knock on the sky and listen to, what does he say? I'm gonna knock on the sky and listen to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's
great.
excellent. But yes, Rinsler is that moment where he switches back and he goes, "I fight for the users."
Yeah.
Slams into Clue.
Yes.
It's so great. It gets me
So
going
good.
every time.
And
Tron
but
Legacy chat.
they blatantly show Rinsler turning back
I
into
think Chad-
Tron, and then
I don't know
like
if they
he
like
turns
this.
blue while falling into the ocean. So it's
I think
like,
we have some Tron Legacy fans in here. I think.
yeah, dude.
I would say so.
Shout out to Tron Uprising, which is the Clone Wars of the Tron universe. Excellent show. Totally underrated. Only
Yeah,
got
it's
one
good.
season canceled. So good.
very stylized. I liked
Super
it.
stylized. Just like
Yes,
the
very
Clone Wars,
stylized, but-
it's amazing.
Anyways.
Anyway, so yeah, Andor. You're right. Andor is kind of like the Black Widow, except Black Widow was filmed and finished and just
Yeah.
can't get out, whereas
Yeah.
Andor has just been filming
Yeah.
forever.
They've
They've been
Why is
a
that?
lot.
Do you think? Why has it taken so long? Do you think they've rewritten some
Oh.
Because
things?
of
And...
COVID, but also just like there's a lot to the show.
Well, I
There's a
think
lot going on.
COVID. I think COVID is the biggest thing, but also, as
Yeah.
we've said, it's just so
There's so
much
much.
show. It's 12 scripts.
Do we know it's gonna
And
be
the way that
like,
they
do you think
predict-
it's gonna be an hour long per episode? Because that's obviously the dream. But I mean, I think maybe.
I'd
closer to
hope
half an
so.
hour, I think.
It's like imagine making 12 short films
right.
in live action with
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Do we
but
know who's doing
that's
the music
great.
for Andor?
I hope Giacchino, but I don't know.
He's a safe bet. Yeah, I think it'd probably be him.
And Kiner's been doing the Bad Batch, so
He
he's
does
Kiner usually does animated,
Yeah, he does
and
animated
then
stuff. Yep.
Ludwig
Yeah.
does Mando, and then we have John Powell and Giacchino did the spin-offs.
Yeah,
and I
who's
imagine
doing like Ahsoka and Book of Boba Fett? Is that Ludwig still as well?
I imagine it's
I
Yeah.
Ludwig.
imagine it'd be him.
Yeah.
All the stuff in like the Mando
Right,
verse, as they refer,
Mandoverse.
like
Yeah.
is probably Ludwig,
Yeah.
just because it's John and Dave.
I'm shocked we haven't gotten anything about Visions or anything about Book of Boba Fett yet. Not even any leaks or anything at all. It's been kind of crazy.
Yeah, May the 4th would have been the day to do
I know,
that
man,
too.
well,
Yeah.
there is an Investors Day called tomorrow, and I don't know.
Yes.
I don't think it's gonna be super big, but I hope we do get some.
Are they going to be streaming that on YouTube? Disney, like
I
they
have
did
no
that
idea.
last.
I think it'll be through their website again, like last.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, they definitely.
I
streamed
have
it.
my expectations super low.
Yeah.
I did for that last one too, though. And then
I
they
know,
ended up
and then they-
announcing that Hayden was coming
Right,
back, and it
right.
was like,
It was huge, and all those other projects. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was huge. It was huge. The Ahsoka series. That's when the Ahsoka series got announced, and all that other stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. That was a crazy day.
That was a good night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
It's a wild night.
I am not gonna. I'm gonna go into it with low expectations again. Well, maybe I don't. Again, I don't think it'll be as big as what happened last time. But
what is it we said last time? It was like we want to see like Love, Death, and Robots, but the Star Wars version, basically.
Visions, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be
Visions, yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, I think that's essentially what it's gonna be.
For all
And have
you
each
users.
episode be its own like stylized, like standalone.
And that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's the own,
It could take place at any
studio.
point in the
Yeah.
20,000 year timeline
Yeah,
or
it's all
whatever.
different anime studios
Yeah.
for each episode. Yeah,
For all my-
maybe they'll get two parters, but I think it's gonna be consistent.
Also, Mandalorian asked when Vision starts. We I think September
Late
or October.
August, I think.
I thought it was August.
Yeah, that was
but-
late August.
Although Love, Death, and Robots is NC-17, isn't it?
It is.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
There's definitely some graphic
But
like sexual
but
content.
Like,
in it.
like the concept, I think you mean kind of more of just for Visions. I think just kind of like.
I don't know.
concept.
This could be have some brutal episodes.
Yeah, but I don't.
It-
I mean,
which
it's-
actually
it's a
reminds me
Disney-
about
it's a Disney
another
thing,
question
so-
is
or Lucasfilm production.
how do you guys all feel about R-rated Star Wars content if that ever is a possibility? Levi says
I
no.
don't think it's.
No.
You
I don't think
don't?
they would ever do it.
Yeah.
Not even like a comedic rated R, like a Deadpool?
Like,
if
what's
you
it
could.
for? Like,
No.
but like
Who?
that's
No.
my question. Like, what do you?
Well, because actually
Within the-
before Mandalorian like premiered, like I almost had it in my head that there was possibly going to be like more, like I know they don't say like F-bombs in Star Wars universe. It's like they say Kark or whatever
Dang
usually.
Ferrick.
Yeah,
they got
Dang
their own
Ferrick
Star
or-
Wars. Dang Ferrick was using Mando so many times. Oh my god, it's so funny.
I've
But
seen a lot of like
anyways,
fan films using that Kark word, and I think that's like the equivalent of the F-bomb in the Star Wars universe.
Kark. I mean,
Kark.
I think
where
Carabas
did that
is the
come?
best.
Yeah, Carabas is what I think of, but I don't know.
Carabas
I
is
don't know
the best.
where does
Carabas.
Kark?
We've definitely heard Dang Ferrick though, but we've heard
Ferrick,
Din say
yeah.
that and
Dang
Bo-Katan
Ferret,
said.
Yeah.
So
Dang
that
Ferret.
might just be a Mandalorian swear.
No, Kara says it all the time.
Who's
Kara?
There's
Dude.
no way that's just a Mandalorian
Hair
swear.
dude.
Yeah, I know.
Din
She
barely
does
knows how to
that.
be a Mandalorian himself.
I think it's supposed to be God, you know.
Good point.
Yeah.
Conan.
Yeah,
GD,
dang it,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Wait,
Dag
so wait,
nabbit.
what did you say was the
Dag
other
nabbit.
swear? You said car. what?
Kark.
I don't know.
Where-
This is
where
a
does that
weird.
come from?
Yeah,
I-
What show?
You don't see like I said, I've seen this mostly in fan films, so I
Oh,
know
okay.
that it's like a thing.
Kark.
I don't know where that
In
comes from.
HoloNet. What's Kark?
Yeah, like Mother Karker. Like
I was
it's
gonna
the
say
F-bomb
Criff
and-
is a big one. Criff
Yeah,
is a really big
Criff,
one.
And Aiden just put that in the chat. Criff.
Criff.
I've heard Criff, but I don't know Kark.
I don't know. I don't
But
know.
It's a
anyway, not
strange
necessarily like a Star Wars content that has like a sex scene in it,
You're
but
saying
like
more
maybe
like-
like
Are you saying more like it's on the violence territory, like goriness, or I don't know if they necessarily go gory.
See, here's my thing. I don't think you need the rated R to
Yeah.
do that in Star Wars. I think the PG-13 allows for a lot that Star Wars just doesn't do because it's not the vibe of Star Wars. So if
Right.
you ever need to go to that darker place, you can use. You're already within that, that realm with
Yeah.
the PG-13 rating. I don't think like what does the rated R get you? Because it's mainly for like sexual content and cursing.
Right.
Like, where does that fit in?
Like real,
Yeah,
like,
I guess
like
there
a
may
lot
be
of
violence.
like a lot of goriness. Yeah, I just think that. But I mean, like I don't know if I
Yeah.
necessarily need like Star Wars gore or anything. You know what I mean?
yeah, blood is just not a thing in
Yeah,
Star
it's
Wars,
just- I mean,
except
it
for
is.
Obi-Wan Kenobi cutting off that guy's hand.
The Boba
Yeah.
episode in Mando season 2, like that was
Yeah.
brutal, and
Yeah,
that was
the
all
helmet-
above
the helmet
board.
smashing,
Like
I was shocked about that. How
you
like
can do it, and
broke
you can
that
do it within what
and
we've already
shattered.
got.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's
Yeah,
true.
I wouldn't really.
Oh, that
see
Robert
a
Rodriguez
real-
episode. Yeah.
Real purpose for it. So
And he's directing all of
all of Book of Boba Fett. Yep.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
forgot about
Yeah.
the announcement. That just
How
sort of
many
jumped into
episodes
my
is
head.
that? Do we know? It's how many episodes is Boba? Do we know? I don't
I'd
know.
assume like 6 to 8.
Yeah,
Six to
6 to
Somewhere in
8
that
sounds
window.
about right.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
an
but-
hour long each.
Yeah, because
I
that's
actually
what
think it's
Mando-
45 minutes.
For some reason,
Shorter?
I have this like vision in my mind. Vision. Like when the end of the show, and it was like, stay tuned for Book of Boba Fett. It just feels like hey, here's something else cool too. Like once you finish Mando season 2, you want Mando season 3. You want Bo-Katan
Yeah.
and Din. You want
Yeah.
Grogu. You want to know what happens with that story. To me, it just felt like this story is so cool. Here's a mini series. Here's 3 or 4 episodes about Boba Fett doing something cool. I don't think a full 8-episode run is necessary to tell
Yeah, I don't
the
either.
story.
That's fair.
I think it's going to be cool, like side thing in the beginning of the year, and then it's going to transition into Kenobi and Andor, and then Mando season 3, like which are like the big hidden shows. Book of Boba, it was seemingly announced, filmed, and already in post production pretty soon here, and then
Yeah.
coming out all this year. Like it seems like it's not a lot.
I was
It's a pretty quick turnaround time
right.
for an 8-episode show. Like I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, I mean, I think there's gonna be like it's just gonna start to be like a show. It ends like a week gap, and then they go into the next thing. I don't think it's gonna be.
Well, listen, I'm just
It's
saying.
going to be popular though, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just saying
yeah.
8. It could be. I could see 6. It could be 4. I think 4 to 6. I just don't see 8. I think 8 is too many. I think 8 weeks is too many for a book.
That's what
Boba-
Mando
for Book
season
of
3
Boba.
is probably gonna be, right?
Does it have room for Book of Boba Fett season 2? Do you think that's something that they're going to
No.
leave open for that? No.
I mean, they may
One
leave
and
it,
done.
They may leave it open, but I don't think it's one and
I
done.
think
Because,
they
like-
leave it open to finish it in
Has it been
another
called
show,
a
but I
limited
feel like
series?
the
Or
fact
is
they
it-
I'm with-
phrased it the Book of Boba Fett, I feel like this is a chapter of
A
his
chapter
story.
Right.
of his story.
Right, that's fair.
I'm
that's fair.
totally with Jamie because the way they announced it at the Investors Day was like Rangers and Ahsoka are all going to tie right back into Mando,
Mm,
and so I think Book of Boba Fett, and then he's going to do his side story and then come right back to Mando.
yeah.
Think of the way
Yeah.
that Mandalorian is set up in general, though. Every single episode is a
A
chapter.
chapter, right?
So it is at
I
this
see you,
point like
Aiden.
one big book in the first place, and so we have like 2 seasons of Din's story, and now we're gonna have the 1 season of continuing Boba's story,
Right.
possibly getting background as well, which would be awesome. And then we're gonna get more as well. Just continuing the story of Mandalorians in general, which is cool.
One big
And
book.
speaking of Mandalorians, Aiden in the chat has been talking about what he wants to see in Visions, and he thinks we could see Tar Vizsla, which for those who
Yes.
don't know,
Ooh.
that
is
my
the
number one. That, I
Jedi
wanna see that so
Mandalorian
badly.
who
That would
forged
be-
the
Ooh.
dark saber,
That would
That'd
be
be sick.
perfect.
That would be yeah.
and maybe how it gets stolen back
Yep.
by
Yes.
the Mandalorians.
Yes.
Could
You know,
imagine like an
thousands of years
anime
later.
darksaber. That'd be like
Be
I
pretty
wonder
cool.
how lightsabers gonna look in like the different styles. I mean, you could get weird with that. So that'd be really
Yeah.
cool.
Good.
Yeah.
And for we got 16 people watching, super awesome.
Wow.
Welcome
Yeah.
to
Thank
the
you.
As
nerd
long as they're
herd.
not
This
the
was-
rebel style lightsabers, because everyone hates the skinny
The skinny
lightsaber.
ones.
I don't
Oh,
hate
they're so
them.
thin.
There's gonna be a few
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
But,
Maybe, but yeah. Thank
for
you
those-
everybody for watching because we I mean we kind of ended the we kind of got a little chaotic at one point, but we're on.
Everybody-
Wow, they got
I
crazy.
know that we
But
for
we
those-
had
for
3 live
those-
streams in one night. So
For those Halo fans in the chat, Halo being the video game franchise, Halo did
never
literally
heard of
this
it.
exact thing in the 2010s, early 2010s, called Halo Legends, and it was 10 different studios doing different stories.
Yeah.
And it's super cool. And there's a story in there about one of the main characters who's pretty similar to Tar Vizsla, about an arbiter in the past, and that has light swords. If you don't know Halo, like there are similar elements of it's sci-fi.
It's a rip off, and I'm kidding.
It's not a ripoff, but
I know.
it looks good, and like I think this could be done in Star Wars. I think people are really
I'm
sleeping on
excited,
Visions.
man. I think
Also,
there's
so
much
yeah,
potential.
also we've only had like 2D, like it's hard, well, not 2D, but like we've
3D
only had like
animated, yeah.
basic and like character animation. They haven't done like like the Final Fantasy movie from like 20 years ago,
Yeah.
right? Like they haven't done one of those like sort of like more realistic styled CG animations
Right.
for Star Wars yet. That is,
I
I,
don't
think
want
we'll
one.
get at least one
I
episode.
think,
of
I think a
Visions
lot
will
of
be
it's
like
going to
that.
be 2D, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
Because we have not gotten
I mean, it
that
could
much.
be like
I mean, I
a-
think
it
I
could
think
be
of
like
like I
a-
think of like droids and like Ewoks, but that's about it. So
It could be like a 3D, 2D, like Ruby.
yeah,
Ruby.
or like Demon
that show.
Slayer, they do 2D
but-
with 3D. So all right,
I
I
don't know.
think we're gonna wrap it because I do have to head out. But
It's been a wild 100
it's been
minutes.
we've been going. We started at what 7:30? Yeah, it's way longer than we expected, but that's not a bad thing. We also hit 700 subs somehow during the stream, so that's awesome. Thank you guys for doing that. Yeah, thank you, Jamie, AJ, and Mike for popping in. We love having you.
Yeah,
course.
it's been-
Yeah.
We'll
we
have to
love
do, we'll
having
have
you
to do this
on.
next week. I will be on a road trip, but I will try to make the streams as much as I can. So, thank you guys, everybody,
so
for
much.
watching, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I mean, I assume you guys have, but again, check out HoloNet Marauders on YouTube. They just interviewed Michael Rexon around. Really, really great interview.
That's on. That's not
Highly
on YouTube,
recommend
though,
you.
I don't think.
They have
Both.
on- they
It's
have
also
Is it
on
on, is it on
YouTube, yeah.
YouTube? Oh, cool.
I know what I'm talking about, Levi.
Well,
The
I'm,
best-
I'm
Yeah.
subscribed to them on
Yeah.
iTunes.
Yeah, actually,
and
you know
Apple Podcasts.
You guys
Did
can-
he
I-
scream "This is pod racing"
You all-
during the?
No, you did it.
No.
you all can plug yourselves. I won't speak for you if you want to go ahead.
Yeah. So you can
Aiden
catch us
People.
over at HoloNet Marauders
Check you
on pretty much all social media. We do have a podcast weekly. It's in its best form, just in the audio version, but we did release our most recent episode in video form as well on our YouTube
Woohoo.
channel. Yeah, so HoloNet Marauders pretty much everywhere. We're just HoloNet Marauder on Twitter.
Sorry, I'm
and
a big
then
fan.
I'm on Twitter as well, Jam the Jedi, everywhere else. And yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
AJ, do you want to plug anything?
You can find me at Boston Kylo on Instagram, and on Twitter. I pretty much run the HoloNet Marauders account on Twitter. So
Mhm.
And Mike, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Well, we're all friend of the show, but
Yeah,
Mike,
man.
Mike
we're
is
here.
yeah. Mike, Jedi Jive.
Jedi Jive. Yeah, we do. We've been doing lives every Saturday at 3. We've had the all new nerds on most weeks.
For
Yes.
we'll do our 15th week, I think, right? Because we did 14.
Yeah,
last
true. Yeah, well, this would be our 15th week.
15th.
The
That's
big
crazy.
1-5.
That's
You can
crazy.
almost
And you
drive.
guys, I did one on May 4th. It wasn't on
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
Yeah,
that was
but-
awesome.
but yeah, reactions to Bad Batch every week
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
And all your Marvel stuff too. All the trailers.
Yeah, and luckily Loki's now going to be on Wednesdays, so we'll
Yeah,
get
I know.
Loki
Oh my
on
God.
Wednesday and
Crazy.
Bad Batch on Friday. And I guess Bad Batch will actually end around the same time as Loki, right? Because Loki's only like 6 episodes,
Yeah,
right?
it will.
hmm
Early August. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Early
actually, Bad
August, I
Batch
didn't
might
think
go
of
a
that.
No. It's June. Well, maybe.
It starts.
Yeah,
June
Bad Batch will actually go like a
7th,
couple weeks
I thought,
past
right?
Loki.
Yeah,
I
the
think.
Bad Batch will pass Loki. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, man. Bad Batch.
We
all
got a lot
summer,
of Bad
basically.
Batch. Yeah, there's
Heck
a lot.
yes.
But
Heck yes.
Bad Batch.
Bad
All right.
Batch.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank
for
you
watching.
guys. Oh,
Until
you got the Hunter Black series. Oh, dope. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I'm right there.
Did you just get it?
I got them the other day, Saturday or something.
Nice.
Cursed
So-
Lula.
I
Cursed
love it.
Lula.
Yeah, Levi
you,
gave
Lula.
in and bought one too. He's a box collector though. He doesn't like
Yeah.
the fix, but-
Box collectors.
I know. Tell me about it. Yeah, but
What is this box collector slander?
no, I am too. I am too.
This.
I do have box figures too, but
I do have the
most of
box
them
over there, but
Yeah.
he's not.
You collect boxes. All right. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I do keep the boxes, but anyways, all right. We've been
You gotta
going
get
for a
one
while.
of each.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be doing a watch party on Friday. I don't think I'll be able to make it, but Levi, Dylan, and Gibbs, our resident Bad Batch watcher, will be on it. And Saturday we'll be on Jedi Jive's channel, and we got stuff stuff going. So the summer's rolling around, so we're getting hyped. There's a lot. So thank you everybody.
300 more subs, boys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That too. Thank you.
Smash it. Just smash it.
Smash it,
right?
smash it. What?
Did you just come home from Hawaii, John?
What?
Yeah, John.
I know.
We gotta end the stream.
I know.
Okay.
my God.
End.
I am
That's
the worst.
the end.
I am the worst at doing outros.
You're the worst at outros.
I know. I am.
Shout out to Elliot.
Shout out to Elliot.
Elliot,
Shout out to
shout out to Elliot.
As
my man,
always.
That
Elliot.
picture was so good. I'm so happy.
End